Many people are curious about Sheikh Hamdan's relationships, especially with his ex-wife Hadia Zen. If you're one of those people, you're in the right place. In my last video, I talked about a touching conversation between Sheikh Hamdan and Hadia, where they expressed their feelings through emotional poems. Now, I have more updates. Recently, Sheikh Hamdan took a second trip to Uzbekistan and reached out to Hadia again, hoping to reconnect. When he called her, Hadia seemed to be in a low mood. One reason could be Sheikh Hamdan's habit of asking if she would return to the palace. He really wants her back, but Hadia values her independence and wants to make her own choices. Sheikh Hamdan's repeated questions seemed to make things tense between them, and Hadia felt a bit pressured. By the end of their call, Sheikh Hamdan realized Hadia was hesitant and decided to end the call quickly. This hurt him, and he expressed his feelings in a poem on Instagram on October 28, 2024. Here's a translation and simple explanation of the poem. The peak of life, madness in some moments of it. This line talks about how life can sometimes feel intense and crazy, especially with strong emotions. Sheikh Hamdan probably feels very emotional when he talks to Hadia, that you wish your life is just a soul without body. He wishes he could be free from his physical duties and just follow his heart. As a crown prince, he has many responsibilities, but he longs for freedom to just love Hadia. And for who stood and waited for the cloud and its rain shower, Sheikh Hamdan is like someone waiting for rain, hoping for Hadia's love and affection. This shows his patience and hope that one day she might return to him, with emotion and intimacy, his soul characterized. This line reveals his deep emotions and desire for a close connection with Hadia. He shows his vulnerability and yearning for a loving bond, the nature of the breathtaking view in herself. Sheikh Hamdan admires Hadia's beauty and charm. Her spirit and presence deeply affect him, and he finds her captivating. It may obligate who's looking at her to smile. Hadia's presence brings joy to those around her, including Sheikh Hamdan. Even with their differences, he cherishes the happiness she brings into his life. Overall, Sheikh Hamdan's poem shows his inner struggle between his royal duties and his love for Hadia. He shares his longing, admiration, and bittersweet emotions. Despite their tension, his love for Hadia is evident in every line. This poem highlights his admiration for Hadia and the joy she brings, even if she's not ready to return. I hope this explanation helped you understand the poem's emotions. I've got some updates about Sheikh Hamdan's life. His girlfriend is back in Dubai and living with her parents. She's feeling better after being sick with a fever. But today's main story is about something bigger involving Sheikh Hamdan's dad, Sheikh Mohammed, and his ex-wife, Hadia Zen. The big news is that Sheikh Mohammed, the ruler of Dubai and Sheikh Hamdan's father, found out that Sheikh Hamdan wants to bring Hadia Zen back to the palace. Sheikh Mohammed isn't happy about this at all and had a serious talk with Sheikh Hamdan. He told him clearly that as long as he's alive, Hadia Zen won't return to royal life. Sheikh Hamdan, known for being calm and respectful, stayed quiet during this talk. However, he can be very stubborn when he sets his mind on something. Sheikh Hamdan loves his father but disagrees with him about Hadia. Sheikh Mohammed doesn't want her back in the royal family, but Sheikh Hamdan seems determined to bring her back. Things got even more complicated when Sheikh Hamdan's current wife, Sheikha Tani, found out about his plans. She was upset and told Sheikh Hamdan, "If you think about bringing Hadia back, you'll lose me forever." Then she hung up, leaving Sheikh Hamdan without a chance to respond. After these tense moments with both his father and wife, Sheikh Hamdan turned to poetry to express his feelings. On October the 5th, 2024, he shared a poem on Snapchat. Here's the translation. Face of life. Oh, idea of poetry, as long as you're here, let us live life in human logic. The happy face of life is our hotbed, but the second life face, it's second. Let's break down what this means in Sheikh Hamdan's life. Oh, idea of poetry, as long as you're here, let us live life in human logic. Sheikh Hamdan uses poetry to express complex emotions. He enjoys seeing life through poetry, but recognizes that real life is different and doesn't always follow poetic rules. He seems to be asking poetry to help him face reality. The happy face of life is our hotbed, but the second life face, it's second. He talks about two sides of life. The happy face represents love, comfort, and happiness. What he wishes for, especially with Hadia Zen. But the second face is about challenges and difficulties, like the issues he's facing with his father and Sheikh Tani. This poem reflects Sheikh Hamdan's current situation. The happy face symbolizes the possibility of reuniting with Hadia and having a joyful life. The second face represents the obstacles from his father and wife. His silence might mean he's still thinking about what to do next. While he loves his father and cares for Sheikh Tani, he's clearly struggling with what he wants and the challenges in his way.